I was not expecting this. Did you just lock your son in? Wow, I love the waterfalls. Who built those? Good job, Dustin. I told you locked them in.
It was a little bit of a challenge. Someone lost a finger. It's all healed up, but it was pretty deep. Luckily, I was at a hospital.
They're like wait in line with the other coned animals. So Alex, I thought we were going to an animal hospital.
This is an animal hospital. The number changes all the time, but I think it's 13 acres.
Okay.
Part of the reason is because the owners like the idea of being able to come out and get away from the stress of the hospital, but also because it is a tax break having farmland.
What kind of exotic animals do they have?
There's longhorns, there's what, 2 sea cattle, there's mini cows, goats, emus, there's a black Angus steer here somewhere.
And let's not forget a turtle pond.
Of course there's a turtle pond.
So you built this, buddy?
I did. We did this in December, so it was a winter project. It was also overnight because it was during the renovation.
Okay.
Kind of the only time to get into this crazy place.
Of course.
24/7.
All right, so let's check this out. And you're currently employed here, right?
I'm currently employed. I'm the marketing assistant for the hospital.
Mount Laurel Animal Hospital, 1976.
Their expansion was 17,000 square feet. We're really happy to have been a part of it.
Oh my gosh, right here when you walk in.
Yep.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I see this guy, he's kind of like sleeping. Hey buddy, sorry. Wake up. That's an old guy. You can tell with his shell how old he is.
I think 17 years old.
He's been here, yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a fiberglass enclosed turtle pond, maintenance challenge to keep clean.
It was a monthly maintenance thing. I would drain and clean it once a month.
Uh-huh.
Electrical was a nightmare. It was a big canister filter. When you open it up, it would leak on the floor.
And do you have a biofall sunk in up there?
There's a biofalls in there. There's an intake bay. A nice basking area. This piece of driftwood is from the backyard at my old house. And it also does have an automatic doser on it.
The water's crystal clear. People gotta love this guy. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, we've gotten them addicted to koi crunchies.
You got it. Koi crunchies. Have you ever tasted them?
Yes.
Prove it.
A little bland.
And he doesn't even have green hair.
No.
Have you ever looked at the ingredients on there?
Yes.
What's it taste like?
Bland Fruit Loops. This tree was actually built with the original hospital by the original owner, Dr. Sleeper, because he worked in the rainforest and everything and wanted to bring that to his new hospital. So he built a turtle pond into the tree, so it was all fiberglass and all natural looking roots. So we had to actually cut all of that out to put a liner in. It was a little bit of a challenge. Someone lost a finger trying to catch an angle grinder with his hand.
Let your fingers show there, let me see.
Oh, it's not, it's all healed up, but it was pretty deep. Luckily, I was at a hospital.
They're like wait in line with the other coned animals. Wow, look at all the doctors that are here. This is the biggest vet clinic I think I've ever seen in my life.
So this was the structure on the other side of the tree as well.
Oh, so, okay, so this is what it looked like on the other side.
Except it extended out a little further and had a glass enclosure.
Wow, so you had to cut all that out to build that.
So all these pockets have liner and then dirt so that when you water them, it doesn't pour right onto the concrete floor.
This place should have its own reality television show. 250 staff and a bunch of doctors. My gosh. And of course the piece de resistance, the turtles. So there's the intake bay over there. There's the biofalls. You can actually see it hidden right in here. Got a little grate on top of it. The water flows up. That's the filter, and look at how clear the water is. So what'd you do? You actually decided to put in a green wall here, Lisa?
Hospital owners, in part of their renovation, wanted a large aquarium. And because of the large vaulted ceilings, they like the idea of doing a living wall over top of it. The sound and just
So you guys did that for them, huh?
We did, yes.
Beautiful.
323 plants, all in individual pots, so if one doesn't survive or has issues, we can interchange them.
Wow, I love this tank. What a gorgeous tank. Dogs this side, cats this side.
All custom built. There's 2 MBU puffers in there.
I see the puffer.
Yeah.
Look at that, man. He comes right up. He like wants to eat.
They're target trained.
Alex is having a
Cyanoalgae outbreak, yeah. So there is blue-green algae in this tank, like a lot of the articles that have come out. We've got it under control. There was a lot of nutrients in the tank from all the new fish and just adding a bunch of plants, and we used a little bit of slime remover, and it seems to have gotten under control at this point now.
Such personality, these guys.
Yeah. It's funny, this whole thing kind of like started on a whim, because the owner of the hospital was like, oh, I want to put in a fish tank, and it started as like, oh, well, what if we do an 8-foot tank? What are standard sizes? And then it just turned into, oh, I'll just have someone build a custom one, and then, oh, do you guys do green walls? Because I want to put one on top of the tank.
And you figured it out. It looks great.
All evolved into this.
This is a cool place.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's got a new home somewhere at the Mount Laurel Animal Hospital. It's 13 acres. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect place for him. Good idea, guys. So Alex works here apparently, and they had a nice earthen pond, which will be perfect for this guy because he can get bury into the mud around here. So we're gonna let him go right here. All right, buddy. This is your new home. Da-da-da. There he goes. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect little habitat for him here. He is happy, and he should be, because man, he's got a lot of personality, that guy.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you, buddy. Have a good life. You got a new home out here at the Mount Laurel Animal Hospital, Earthen Pond. This is a perfect habitat for a common snapping turtle. We did our good deed for the day, guys.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh. I got him. A waterfall going in here would be perfect.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, how many animal hospitals do you go to that have mini cows? They really are cute, though.
They come right over, too.
Hey, wet nose. This is a cool place to work, buddy.
It's great, honestly.
Can you believe I gave up this to build ponds?
Actually, say that. So you used to work here as a vet?
I did, as a veterinary technician.
Uh-huh.
Actually, a good friend of mine opened up the emergency service here and started to grow the practice, and then just recently sold it to the new owners. So I was here when this started to become a 24-hour hospital.
Wow. And what do you love now about the ponds? If you can go back and tell yourself one thing, what would it be?
So I think for me, it's the ability to take my passion for animals and apply it to fish and aquatic life. It's been a nice match for me.
Amen. And you do spectacular work. You proud of your mom?
Of course.
And this is a pond. I'm in South Jersey, Berlin,
New Jersey.
and here we have an aquascape ecosystem pond. And this was a rebuild, right, guys?
It was a rebuild.
Beautiful blooming lilies. Oh, and you could tell that that rocking chair gets used a lot. Why not? Look at this. So what was the story behind this build?
Vicki and her husband had built this pond maybe 15, 20 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And she'd been wanting some help with it. We actually talked a couple times over the course of the last couple years, and she came into the design center this spring. She got an opportunity to see an actual ecosystem pond and how we built them, and said, yes, I'm doing this for myself.
So this is a first-year pond. She had it for 15 years on her own, and then you rebuilt it in the spring.
Yes.
All right. Wow, I love the waterfalls. Who built those? Good job, Dustin. Beautiful waterfalls. Look at this. Great rock. Oh, and look at the frog. A little green frog sitting right on the barley straw. People put barley straw in to help with string algae. There's a little barley straw bale there, and there's a beautiful little green frog sitting right there. That is a place to sit and chill out. Not bad. Love the little split in here. It's hard to see with the sunlight, but see how they split the waterfalls there? Little dual waterfalls. So Dustin, when you got here, what did it look like?
Basically what they had was a 40 or 50 gallon space up here. It was almost like a second pond with a biofall that was not working properly. A whole little stream that wasn't even connected anymore. So basically what happened is everything settled out and they lost 3 to 5 inches and ended up being 15 inches deep. So there was just a little space over here that was barely a pond, and the little skimmer that was just so small that they couldn't even have a big size pump in it.
So what do you guys do? When Landvista comes into a project like this, what do you guys do?
We rip out all the alignment, rubber, everything they had, you know, with the project, come in here and resculpt everything. Take all the debris out, all the muck out, all the rocks out, and start over from scratch. So we shaped it up, built it up, had an idea of what we were doing. We were supposed to actually fit this bridge up
Oh yeah, I see the bridge.
up here. But as we started building it, it was too much of an eyesore compared to
it would have been overwhelming.
Yes. And that was the goal, and that's kind of why it was kind of built the way it was, because that was their footprint that they had before.
Is this her bedroom window?
That is the living room.
Oh my gosh, so she walks right off of her living room and sits in that chair.
Yep.
That is not
We
bad.
eat breakfast in here in the morning.
Oh, that's so perfect. So as a designer, how do you go about pricing something like this?
When Vicki came into the design center, we had our 11 by 16 display, which we have a price on, and she was able to see that that ultimately was the footprint of her pond, and we went with that size to design it out and price it.
So this was about $12,000, $13,000 for this, for rebuild?
Yep, and we did some upgrades, some additional lighting. I think we came in actually around $16,000.
So $16,000 with all the bells and whistles, and did she enjoy it?
Absolutely.
So she came through the certified aquascape contractor lead locator, right?
She did.
So she had found Aquascape and then found a certified installer to install it.
Yes.
And then she went with the financing. How does the financing work?
We offer through Synchrony a 18-month 0% interest program, or there's 3 other variable interest rates, which would have a fixed monthly. Clients will do 50% deposits, and we finance the back half of it.
Okay, so she was able to pay half down and then pay the rest over time, or pay it all off at the end of the financing.
Yes.
And she gets this spectacular water feature, which is a big improvement on what she had. And how fun is it for you to be able to see what customers used to have to what they have now as for a job?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I love getting the text messages and the pictures that people are just enjoying their backyard and enjoying nature.
Like you are right now. It is fun to enjoy your work, isn't it?
It is.
This never gets old for me, seeing people's yards and seeing how they get transformed with an Aquascape water feature. If you're interested in getting your own Aquascape water feature, check out the link below to find a certified Aquascape contractor by you. And you can finance it if you need to, but we're all about helping people live the Aquascape lifestyle. I love my art.